July 4th weekend in 2025, I drove from Melbourne, Florida to Charleston, South Carolina to visit a close friend named Mark. I had not seen him in years. He was in Charleston for a law school internship and was staying in a house in the city. I planned to stay for the weekend and sleep downstairs on a couch near some windows. The drive was smooth and I arrived in Charleston without any issues. Before nightfall, Mark and I played pickleball together. When night came, I went downstairs to sleep on the couch by the windows. The windows faced another apartment building, several narrow alleyways, and an abandoned house across the street. The next day, after playing more pickleball in the morning and spending time together, we went to the main Charleston market. We walked through the market and eventually came out near the docks by the water. That is when we saw him. A man wearing a wedding suit was slowly shambling down the road near the water. He had on a clean bow tie and polished dress shoes, and his suit looked freshly pressed. He had long black curly hair and a tan complexion. The market behind us was loud and crowded, but this man was alone. He moved slowly and seemed detached from everything around him. He did not notice us and appeared lost in his own world. If we had crossed the street, we would have walked directly into him. Instinctively, I felt uncomfortable. I grabbed Mark's arm and told him we were not crossing. We turned right, walked deeper into the city, and picked up our pace. Since he was moving slowly, we easily put distance between us. I told Mark that the man felt strange and did not look homeless. His clothes were too clean and too neat. Something about him felt wrong. Mark agreed with me. We continued walking for a while. A few streets later, on another busy part of Charleston, we looked toward a shop and saw the same man again. He was far down the street, standing diagonally across from us, moving with the same slow, shambling walk. It made no sense. Somehow he had caught up to us, even though there was no clear way he could have reached that location without us seeing him. I pointed him out to Mark, and we both stared. He was in a completely different area of the city, yet moving exactly the same way. We tried to ignore it and continued exploring Charleston. The next day was July 4th. That night, we watched fireworks on an island about 20 minutes outside the city. By then, we had mostly stopped thinking about the man. We assumed he was just a strange person wandering around, even though something about him felt wrong and out of place. That night, we went on a ghost tour that we had planned before the trip. It was my last night in Charleston, July 5th, and the city was extremely crowded. It was a busy Saturday night with people everywhere, bright lights from restaurants, and the historic Charleston atmosphere after dark. After finishing the ghost tour, we walked through the main part of the city filled with restaurants and nightlife. The street was crowded and a large group of people was moving toward us quickly. As the crowd got closer, Mark and I noticed something at the exact same time. It was him again. The same man wearing the same wedding suit, bow tie, and black curly hair. He was shambling slowly in the middle of the crowd, as if he had been placed there unnaturally. He stood out immediately. His movement was completely different from everyone else around him. No one in the crowd seemed to notice him. Two people walked right beside him, and he brushed between them, yet neither of them reacted. He kept the same slow, unsettling pace while the rest of the crowd moved normally around him. He briefly glanced at us and then continued forward. It felt like he was connected to the movement of the crowd without actually being part of it. Mark and I looked at each other in shock. None of it made sense. He did not belong there, and both of us felt that instantly. We watched him walk down the street as the crowd slowly thinned. When it cleared, we could see him clearly again, still shambling at the same unnatural pace. He moved into a darker side street and disappeared after turning a corner. We stood quietly, not panicked, but deeply unsettled. The same man, wearing the same suit, appeared multiple times in different parts of the city. He always moved the same way and always felt out of place. Both of us knew something was wrong. Later that night, we returned to the house. Mark went upstairs to his bedroom, and I went downstairs to sleep on the couch. I closed the blinds and tried to fall asleep. Sometime in the middle of the night, I woke up to a tapping sound on the window. I froze. After a moment, I forced myself to look. I slightly lifted the blind and looked down the alley. At the far end of the alley, I saw the back of a man turning the corner. It was him again, Just before he disappeared, he turned his head and looked back toward the window. The next morning, I told Mark what I had seen. I explained everything. Even he admitted that the entire experience was disturbing. Mark does not believe in paranormal things and is very logical and grounded, but even he was shaken. I am more spiritually sensitive, and this experience stayed with me. I know it stayed with Mark as well, even months later. We will never forget that weekend. The man in the suit felt real and unreal at the same time. Everything about the experience felt wrong. I drove back to Florida on July 6th, but the image of him turning that corner has stayed with me ever since.